Hey, how's it going? So many of my students in Australia have a big problem with nouns of number. So today, guys, we're going to check out nouns of number plus determiners. Hey, how's it going? Anthony Schultz here from Gold Coast IELTS, where I help you destroy the written section of the IELTS exam. Guys, look, determiners are those little words like many, much, few, a few, little that come before count and non-count nouns. If you make mistakes with these words in IELTS, it looks really bad because they are not the most difficult words to use in the world. So your grammar score is going to go down a lot. Today we're going to check out how to do it properly, and there's going to be a little bonus at the end. Also, if you do get value from my videos, hit like, hit subscribe, and also the notification bell so you don't miss any of my latest videos. Guys, let's get started. Okay, so the first one that causes big problems for IELTS students is the difference between amount and number. So amount is always used with these kinds of words like hair, salt, money, sleep, exercise, chocolate, and information. And an example would be the amount of sleep that people need depends on a range of factors. Number, on the other hand, over here is always used with count nouns like people, cars, hours, days, projects, times, activities. An example would be the number of times that a person can exercise in a week is limited by external circumstances. And there's a great little picture down here so you can get a visual representation of the difference, okay? Amount of water. How on earth can you count that? It's impossible. But the other ones over here, a number of apples, of course you can count them. The second one that causes problems for people is the difference between little and a few. So little is always used with non-count nouns up here, and it means not much. We use little, of course, with the same words as in the previous slide. And down here, there's an example. There are a great many people in the world who get very little exercise each week. Okay, that means not much exercise. A few over here we use with count nouns, and it means some. So you could say a few people, a few cars, a few hours, things like that. And an example is down here. There are a few people here who get enough exercise. Okay, you could also say there are some people here who get enough exercise. That has a positive meaning, not a negative meaning, which brings us to the next slide, or the most difficult one of all probably. A few versus few. Okay, so this is a really tough one. I've spent 15 or 20 minutes in the class sometimes explaining this to IELTS students. So a few, of course, means some. We just did it on the previous slide. Few, on the other hand, means not many. The big difference is a few has a positive meaning, okay? It has a positive meaning, whereas few has a negative meaning. You can see down there. So let's take a look at two examples to compare them. There are a few people here who get enough exercise. This is a positive meaning. Okay. On the other hand, this one, there are few people here who get enough exercise, means not many or not enough people getting exercise. The last group we need to look at is many versus much. So many means a lot, and it's for count nouns. We could say people who do many activities in the gym on one day risk injury. Over here, much means not many, or it could also mean an excessive amount, too much. So an example would be, the students in that area of the city have too much money compared to poorer parts of town. Okay guys, so for the bonus today, we're going to read a little passage about old people and exercise. Up the top, there are some words: amount, number, little, many, much. I'm going to read it slowly. As I read, I'll pause, try to put one of those words into each space. Here we go. The of exercise that a person needs depends on of factors, including age and physical condition. For most adults, 2 to 3 hours of moderate exercise per week appears to be an ideal of exercise, although of unfit people may need as 5 or 6 hours a week to get into shape. Getting to exercise can lead to exhaustion and fatigue, which may make it hard to focus at work or school. A large of older people don't get enough exercise because of busy lifestyles, and past injuries in older people prevent them from getting any exercise at all. In cases, a lot of older people are unable to enjoy life because of a lack of exercise. Busy lifestyles and cheap junk food has created so unhealthiness that a lack of exercise is now the norm. How did you do? Okay, I'll read it again and I'll put the answers in this time. The amount of exercise that a person needs depends on a number of factors, including age and physical condition. For most adults, 2 to 3 hours of moderate exercise per week appears to be an ideal amount of exercise, although a number of unfit people may need as much as 5 or 6 hours a week to get into shape. Getting too little exercise can lead to exhaustion and fatigue, which may make it hard to focus at work or school. A large number of older people don't get enough exercise because of busy lifestyles, and past injuries in many older people prevent them from getting any exercise at all. In many cases, a lot of older people are unable to enjoy life because of a lack of exercise. Busy lifestyles and cheap junk food has created so much unhealthiness that a lack of exercise is now the norm. Okay guys, so the determiners I showed you today are really useful in IELTS Task 1 and Task 2. Try to follow all the rules I laid out today and not make any mistakes when you're doing your IELTS exam. Guys, if you like the videos, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.